Hey you guys, it's me, KTB, and today I'm going to be reviewing the first book in the Todhunter series by Angie. It's an extension of the previous series of hers that I reviewed, the Septimus Heap series, but set 7 years after the events of Fire, so I do recommend reading those first and finishing the series first before you delve yourselves into this series, but it's not strictly necessary. I'll read the synopsis now and then I'll give my review. Todd has grown up a Pathfinder, one of an ancient seafaring tribe. Her mother, who died when Todd was young, had a very different history. She was from a mysterious magical desert-dwelling family. When Todd's father disappears, she is not only alone, but soon finds herself swept into the path of an evil sorcerer. Now Todd must choose. Which of her pasts will help her to survive? Pathfinder or magician? Magic will allow her to fight like with like, but her Pathfinder heritage gives Todd something special. The edge. For me, this book was absolutely amazingly written. The story was still separate from the Septimus Heap series, but was linked with it as well. I like the fact that it wasn't necessary to have read Septimus Heap and all those books first before kind of reading this one, which is always nice to have. And it was nice to kind of be reacquainted with those characters after 7 years, after they'd kind of grown up over the past 7 years. So yeah, it was really nice to come back after so long, and it was beautifully written. She knows her audience well, because most kids don't notice exposition as much as adults do. So they kind of do need that expositional sense of, okay, this is what we do now and this is what goes on, just to kind of make sense of the world. So there is some exposition that is in there for those who are the target audience. But it's not so overpowering that it's kind of like, oh, this is a bore to get through. I did get through it within a day, despite the fact that it's a 400-page plus book, and that's always something that is quite incredible. And I liked with the introduction of characters like Septimus, Jenna, Beetle, who you may know from the Septimus Heap series. I liked the fact that they were introduced afresh, that it wasn't kind of dependent on having read those previous books in a separate series of hers, which is always really good. I quite like that. Towards the end, I did kind of find myself rushing a little bit, probably just because it was quite long and I wanted to get it finished. So I did have to go back after a while, purely based on the fact that, because I'd skipped a little bit, I'd skipped a couple of lines and then I didn't understand later on what they were talking about. So it's, like with any book, if you do that, it's not good. It's never good to skip any bits. God, I'm a book lover, I shouldn't be skipping. But it is a really good book and it's a really good story. I really liked the character of Todd. I really liked the new Pathfinders, and it was thoroughly engaging. I do recommend you go and pick up a copy, especially if you have liked, obviously, Angie Sage's previous series, Septimus Heap. And of course, if you do like magical stories like Harry Potter, that kind of thing, it is a good series to read, much like those books. So that's all from me. I'll put the links in the description below, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.